we're going to discuss what to do when you get leads and how to nurture them the best. So how to make sure that you capitalize every single lead and maximize the potential. The reason that I came up with this video was because when I used to be the director of business development at an air duct cleaning company, literally I came into the business and I saw the CSRs. They would print out the lead forms that came off. They would call the people and then they would mark on there called and they would set them in a pile right here. And what happens is when we got really busy, there was a stack of all these leads that literally got a left message one time and they were just sitting here in this pile of leads. And so I'm going to go through today and kind of walk you through what you should be doing, not just having this pile stack full of all these leads, but how you can potentially automate this process in your business. All right. So this is the Flash customer journey. This is what we use. And I'm going to walk you through this and then I'm going to give you some strategies on all these different sequences. So when someone reaches out to your business, they turn into a lead. Now, this could be they fill out a form, they call your business, they send you a chat message, they schedule online, whatever they do right here. Now, you obviously want to get them to schedule an appointment or give them an estimate to ultimately get them to a sale. What we see a lot of times is what I just mentioned. They contact you here, you leave a message, and then they never contact you back. So let's go through what this sequence would look like. So when a lead comes in, then ideally, what we want is an automated response to go to them. And this could be an automated email or text message. If you use like Zapier or any other tool, even if you have like a web form on your website, you can automate an email to go back to them. What this allows you to do is to ask a question and start the cadence to like say, hey, this is us. Thank you for contacting us. What's the address that you like service at? Or tell us a little bit more about your project, or send us some pictures, whatever it might be. So you want to have an automated response that goes out to them. The next thing is after that automated response goes out, you want to still have a touch point of a manual call or manual reach out. The reason that the manual reach out is so important is because your team, your CSRs, they should have a little bit of stake in this. Like they should be contacting leads and trying to book appointments. And so we definitely want to have some type of a manual reach out. And now this is where it gets interesting. So once you do the manual reach out, it's going to go two different ways. You're either going to manually reach out and say like, hey, thanks so much for booking with us. Or you might even bypass that step. If they just schedule online, maybe you don't have to have a manual reach out. But let's say that you reach out and you left a message for them. They filled out a form on Saturday night. Then it was Monday morning, you came in and you left a message for them. So then what happens? Left a message. Now, a lot of times the example that I gave is just dead. Or, maybe in a day the CSR goes back through and calls them again. But again, when you get so busy, that process is going to break down. So what we would recommend doing is adding them into some type of an automation or campaign. And you can use like MailChimp. If you use Zapier, you can connect like Gravity Forms with MailChimp or something, right? You can do some YouTube videos on this. This is what we build for our clients, but we build some type of a follow-up sequence that's happening, whether that's emails, texts, voicemail drops, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to kind of walk you through what we've seen to be the most successful. So you left a message, then you're going to start sending them stuff. And so ideally in here, like I said, they could be those three different things: emails, text, voicemail drop. But what we want to talk about here is like value building. So we want to have something that says like, let's say you do lawn care. Here's a little bit more about our service, and then have a call to action in there. You can also like introduce your team. And this is going to be a nice way to say like, hey, meet our team over here, and also a call to action. You can sprinkle in questions like, are you still interested in this service? In the service. One that I really like is down here towards the end. Let's say it's been 30 days and you've been following up with them with different things. You can say something like, the estimate is expiring, and maybe your estimates are only good for 30 days or whatever it might be. Or like, we have a promo going on for 10% off and it's only good for 30 days. You're getting close to that point, something like that, to get a little bit of urgency. That one's really good. Inside of here, it's all about just building value and having strong call to actions. Within this thing, you can also add manual reach outs, like manual calls. You can do voicemail drops with depending on the software that you have. But this is really good. You left them a message, then you just build value and keep having call to actions. Maybe even like a hello from the owner. There's a million different ideas for this, but those are some of the ones that come off right away. All right, the next thing would be they actually did schedule an appointment. So And this could have been, again, before the manual reach out. Maybe they scheduled the appointment. So schedule the appointment. Now, this is a huge opportunity that most companies don't do. And this is one that I would highly, highly recommend. So when they schedule an appointment, we all know the worst thing that could ever happen is a cancel. So you want to make sure that you have some type of cadence. So if someone were to book online with us, there's a cadence that happens leading up to your appointment. We share recent case studies. So, hey, here's a recent case study. We talk about like a pricing guide, and we don't share the exact pricing, but we'll talk about like how to come up with a marketing budget. It's the same thing. Like how much should something cost if you're going to go out and provide an estimate, pricing guide. Also, you want to talk about meet the team. So, hey, here's some of the cool people that are coming out to your thing. Another huge opportunity is cross-selling. So you may be going out for HVAC maintenance and they don't know that you also do electrical work or plumbing work. And now you can say, hey, ask your technician, or are you interested in having someone look at this when they're out there? Those types of opportunities are huge. And then just generally like confirming that confirming the appointment. And again, these can all be texts, emails, voicemail drops. And so this is all going to go through here. Now, once you get to this point, the estimate expires. This could be 30 days. This could be 3 months. It just all depends on how this cadence is. What we found that works the best is you hit them pretty good for the first week or two in this section. And then after 2 weeks, you've hit them a decent amount of times, let's say like 2 or 3 times a week. Then you start to trickle that down to weekly, and then maybe bi-weekly, and then monthly, and then you have your newsletter, and then it all trickles back together. So this is kind of the cycle that we see work good. Now, the last part that I want to talk about on this is over here, this retargeting side. So let's say someone comes through your funnel here, they don't completely convert. It's very important to have that monthly newsletter, as I mentioned, because we have people even that come through our funnel that they leak out or they schedule an appointment and they cancel. Oh, that's one other one that I want to share on here that I've seen to be really good. So there's another block over here is that if they cancel, let's say that someone sets up the appointment and they ultimately cancel. Well, there can be an automation sequence that you can move them into that will follow up with them. Like, hey, we know that we canceled. Was it bad timing on our part? Also talking about like if they have any feedback for you on why they canceled, but you can walk them through this funnel and then try to get them to come back in again or to reschedule their appointment. So that's really important over here. People that leak out of your funnel or come through, to have a retargeting process to bring them back into the funnel. So I hope that this was helpful to give you some ideas on how you can do this process. For actual technology stacks, a very like basic one that you can do is a lead comes in, you build out in MailChimp, which is a pretty easy tool. You just build out a bunch of these emails, and then you have different sequences in MailChimp, and you can manually put them in different sequences. If you use a platform like Jobber, it allows you to do these types of tools. Most CRMs allow you to put people in different buckets and then run them through different automations. And especially in MailChimp, it's pretty conducive if you use Zapier or other tools. We do this for our clients. We build this stuff out. If that's something that you're interested in, I'll put a link down below. If not, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.